Hey guys! So I'm going to do a review of the new Thor Ragnarok movie. I saw it last night with my brother and I went into it expecting it to be really good because, as you can tell, I'm a fan of Thor. And so for me, like, I was expecting it to be, a good movie. And I mean, the second Thor movie came out, I believe, a couple years ago, and then the first one came out probably a couple years before that, maybe. And I don't know, I just like Thor because, like, when it comes to superhero movies, it's like Thor, Spider-Man, and then like the Hulk and Superman, or no, it's Thor, Superman, Spider-Man, then the Hulk and somebody else, or maybe it's Hulk and Spider-Man. But my point is that, and then like way down here, or like way down here, is like Iron Man and Captain America, because I'm not a big fan of Iron Man because of his technological advances, and I'm also not a big fan of Captain America just because, I don't know, I don't really connect to the story, I don't think. But I've always been a fan of Hulk and Spider-Man, and of course Thor, because he's a god. I mean, and it's not really because he's like a blonde, like, because he's not really blonde. I mean, he's blonde in the comics, but I would say he's like a dirty blonde, if anything. But I went into it expecting it to be good and expecting to have a good time. We went to the movie theater, me and my brother, and basically, like, we sat down, and of course, like, I feel like every time we go to the movies, somebody sits behind us who is obnoxious, and this time was no exception to that. Like, I think there was like these two nerdy guys behind us. I mean, I think they're nerdy because I think they wore glasses. And the one guy behind me, I think he might have been behind me, I think. He kept like making a lot of he kept making a lot of like movement. Like, he kept hitting my chair, and every time there was a funny part, which was like 85% of the movie, he would literally like freaking just laugh. Like, and it was such a loud laugh to the point where it's like it took you out of the movie that you were watching. So he was half of the problem. The movie was good. One of my biggest criticisms of the movie itself is that it's 85% humor and 15% like action and seriousness. And I understand that. I think they were trying to make up for the fact that the second Thor movie was very like serious and not very funny, apparently. I mean, I haven't seen it in years, but yeah. So because of that, like, I think they were trying to make it really funny, but it was just, I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm not, like, at the end of the day, I enjoyed the movie, it was good, but there are lots of things that they could have done better. I really liked, Thor was good as always, Loki was really good as always, overall. I kind of like when Loki is like more mischievous, though. I felt like he wasn't as mischievous in this movie, maybe I'm wrong, but, and the main nemesis was Hela, who was played by Cate Blanchett, and she was good, but I don't think she had enough like screen time during the movie. And also, like, I felt like because it was such an overly humorous script and film in general, you didn't really take the serious moments seriously. Like, I'm gonna try not to give a lot away, but there were moments in the movie that should have been taken or could have been taken more seriously, and they weren't taken really seriously. And I think that kind of hurt the movie in general. But as I've said, I'm a big fan of Thor, so they, it was good. Me and my brother, we were talking about this earlier, but there were just parts, like the Hulk was in it. They went to, because most of the movie, Thor is at a planet called Sakaar, and he is entered into this like competition arena thing, and his opponent is the Hulk. And so basically it's like a lot of the movie is on this planet with Thor and Hulk, and Thor is trying to get back to Asgard to defeat Hela, but even that, like, he spent a lot of time in a lot of the movie at Sakaar, which, I mean, he shouldn't have really, if it made, you know, because, I mean, he should be trying to get back to Asgard to defeat Hela, but it just seemed like he was kind of like milking it or something. Like he wasn't trying his hardest to get out of there. And then of course once he got out of Sakaar, it just seemed like it was like way too easy, I guess. I don't know, it was weird. But and Jeff Goldblum played the main guy, like the host or whatever of the whole arena Ragnarok thing, which I honestly, when I went into the movie, I thought the Ragnarok meant the fighting arena. That's what I thought it meant, but apparently it meant like the end of Asgard, which, I mean, I didn't know that until I actually talked to my brother about it today, actually. I didn't really even think that, well, I mean, I figured it out during the movie, of course, but yeah. I really liked the Valkyrie girl played by Tessa Thompson. I don't remember her name in the movie off the top of my head. But I really liked her. She was probably one of my favorite characters in the movie because she was really interesting and cool and badass, and I love badass chicks in anything, really. But yeah, it was, and even like the moments where it should have been a lot more serious, like they played it off as a joke. So in a lot of ways, I couldn't take Hela seriously as a nemesis and as a opponent for Thor, because she didn't have a lot of screen time, and I felt like because the movie was 85% humor, I would say, overall, it was hard for me to take any of the bad stuff seriously. And I feel like with a movie like Thor, you know, it should be funny, of course, but it should also be serious when it needs to be serious. So basically, those are my basic, you know, thoughts about the movie. I really did enjoy the movie. When I say it's my favorite, I haven't seen the first two in a long time. But it probably, I don't think it was my favorite. I think for like a fun, like it was like, the movie was kind of like Thor meets Guardians of the Galaxy meets Deadpool, because there was so much comedy, so much humor in the movie, so many moments that should have been serious when they weren't serious. But it was a fun movie. Like, I feel like if you want to see just a fun Thor movie, go see Ragnarok. But if you want to see more of a serious Thor movie, maybe see the first or second, which I think I like the first maybe the best, but I haven't seen it in a while. But yeah, so that's basically how I feel. I would give this movie probably 7.5 out of 10 because it was good overall, but it wasn't like the best movie ever. And like I said, every single movie experience that I've had within the past like 3 or 4 months, I feel like has been sitting in front of an obnoxious person who talks or laughs loudly, or just, it's just, you know, it's hard to go to the movies. I've talked about this before, but it's really hard to go to the movies nowadays because it's expensive and people are just obnoxious and they don't care about the people around them, it seems like, and people just don't care, literally. And it's just like ridiculous. Like, I'd rather just wait for movies to come out on DVD nowadays more than anything. So, am I forgetting any of the plot points? Oh, my brother did also bring up that because they went to Sakaar and because the Hulk was in it, apparently he told me that Universal owns the rights to the Hulk movie, like the Hulk movies or whatever. And so, like, I guess some people think that they put the Hulk being on this planet Sakaar in the movie so that they could maybe like do like a Thor with a Hulk and a Sakaar kind of like a Thor meets Hulk kind of movie, which I just felt like there shouldn't have been as much Sakaar. It should have been mostly an Asgard movie because it's Thor, you know? I don't know. It's just, if that makes any sense. Like, my point is that they should have had less Hulk and less Sakaar in the movie and more Thor and Asgard, and just, you know, because there was just so many things in the movie that happened, whether they were funny, like a lot of serious things in the movie that didn't even feel serious because they just happened and like nothing else happened after that. Like it was just like it happened and then just there was no acknowledgement of like the emotional, like, you know, the emotional levity of it. But overall, I liked the movie. 7.5 out of 10. Let me know, comments below, what movie you want me to review next, and if you saw this movie, what you thought about it, and all that kind of stuff. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!